Hello, and welcome to Bemer. Today, we'd like to dig a little deeper into Bemer technology. By the end of this session, you will understand why and how Bemer is for you, for life, for energy. And now the obligatory disclaimer. Bemer products are in no way a substitute for professional medical care. There are no medical claims being made from the use of these products. Statements made have not been evaluated by the FDA or other government agencies and are not intended to diagnose, treat, or cure any medical conditions or diseases. It's recommended that you consult with your own physician or healthcare provider if you have any medical conditions. Bemer products are wellness and fitness systems. All information is for educational purposes only. With that said, I'd like to talk about what Bemer is. The goal of any therapy is always to seek first to do no harm and to support the body's natural ability to regulate itself. Looking at the cause is more logical than waiting until something breaks to fix it. However, most people go to see a doctor when they're sick or ill or develop symptoms, very much like this iceberg that we see here. The iceberg principle. We see symptoms. People don't come in and say, I have this diagnosis or that diagnosis, but really they come in with symptoms. I have pain, I have itching, I have swelling. Regardless of the symptom, it's important to look for the cause. When we look at the causes, the majority of dysfunction comes from circulatory dysfunction. Poor blood circulation, as you can see here, can lead to decreased oxygen and therefore low energy states within our cells. That means blood flow, or rather lack of blood flow, which then yields to hypoxia, low oxygen, and then bioenergetic deficiency. That means low ATP. ATP, in short, is really the currency for energy in our body. This then affects us at a cellular level, at a tissue level, and then at an organ level, and ultimately back to symptomatic expression. What's the cause of most chronic disease? In the context of this slide, that means lack of regular exercise, poor breathing habits, physical, psychological stress, environmental stress, and poor eating habits. SAD stands for Standard American Diet. What's the common factor here? When we look at the common factor, it's poor circulation and limited oxygen availability, which leads to disrupted bioenergetics. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the term bioenergetics, bioenergetics is the study of the energy flow through living systems. That means how we take in energy, how we transform energy into a form that our bodies can use. When we have poor blood flow, low oxygen levels, and low energy, this is a recipe for disease. We really are very complex individuals. We have many systems which work in concert with one another to keep us alive. You can see that from all the systematic representations here. From that macrocosmic perspective, we can also get into a more organized state. Before we organize into systems, we have to understand that organization begins at a molecular level. Molecules are the building blocks for our cells, and cells are the building blocks for our tissues, and tissues make organs. Organs are the basis of the systems that we looked at. Everything in our body, in nature, is based on systems. In fact, in medical schools today, rather than teaching specific areas of pathology or biology, we look at systems biology, where you can combine the effects of the world and how we live our lives and how it manifests or relates to systems. When we look at humanity, we're a magnificent system, and it's comprised of specialized cells that do very specific things. Here you can see heart cells, brain cells, fat cells, nerve cells, red blood cells. All of these come from one single cell that we're birthed from, differentiating into the myriad of expressions based on functional needs. Cells need energy to survive. Oxygen is coming in and carbon dioxide are the waste products that are being cleared. Think about this. You're only as healthy as what your cells can eliminate. Are you getting enough oxygen? Are you getting enough nutrients, number one? And is that cell functioning to clear out the waste materials? This moves then from a cellular level to a tissue level, all the way up to a systems level where you can say, oh, I'm sweating, or I have to go to the bathroom and urinate or defecate. This is happening at a cellular level as well. We call this cellular respiration. When we look back at the systems, I want to pay special attention or focus toward the one that's circled, and that's the circulatory system. I don't want to leave out the lymphatic system, which you see next to it, because the lymphatic and the circulatory system are intimately involved. You can look at your body a little like a hydraulic type of system. When we think of circulation, or in the sense of Bemer, as a vascular therapy, we think of something that has effect on the vessels or the circulatory system. Bemer is best known for positively affecting circulation through its effect on the smallest vessels. It's these small vessels within the vasculature which are embedded in organs, and these are responsible for the distribution of blood within tissues. If your blood is flowing properly, you're going to be healthy. Yet, getting blood supply to the tissues is the issue in many acute and chronic diseases. In short, healthy circulation is the cornerstone of health.